Hey guys, it's Max, Chief Evangelist over here at Happily. And today I want to talk about HubSpot payments, specifically subscriptions within HubSpot payments. And even more specifically, how HubSpot payments subscription objects handle associations to other objects. There's a couple of limitations here that I want to talk about. Luckily, there are some alternatives if you have a data structure that requires you to pull a little bit more out of associations to subscription objects. So let's go take a look. Right now, I'm looking at subscriptions that I've created inside of HubSpot payments. And right here, you can see I have this subscription for this Game Boy subscription we have here. And when I click on it, it gives me this beautiful slide out menu on the right-hand side. So I can see some information about this subscription object inside of HubSpot. Now, if I come down to here, I can see the associations that this subscription object has. But one thing that's a little bit tough about the way these subscriptions work is that it doesn't give you the ability to have more than one object of each type associated to this subscription at any time. The same thing is that it doesn't allow you to associate any custom objects either, which is a little tough. But here's the thing. If you work with a subscription model where you simply need one contact associated to that subscription, this works perfectly fine. If you need to have multiple contacts associated to a subscription, let's say, for example, a subscription has a technical contact, a billing contact, an onboarding contact, for whatever it is that you sell for your subscription, you're kind of out of luck here, right? When you go and add another contact, the only option that you have is to replace. So you can replace a subscription contact with a different contact, but you can't add additional ones. The same thing goes for companies. If you were to add another company here to this subscription object, what you'll notice is that if we go and add a new one, it just simply replaces it. It doesn't add it as an additional company. Now, this can be tough if you need to associate multiple companies with subscriptions. Let's say, for example, you have a subscription that you've sold to another company and you have someone coming in and acting as the partner that's managing that subscription. You might want to be able to associate the subscription not only to the end user company, but whoever is the partner that's coming in to actually help with deploying your software. So there is some good news. If you are a company that uses Stripe, we've built an integration with Stripe and HubSpot called Zebra. Zebra brings in your Stripe subscription objects into real custom objects into HubSpot, which means you have more flexibility to do a lot more things in terms of custom properties, as well as associations to other objects, because they work just like any other custom object. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to pop into here. We have a whole bunch of Stripe subscriptions that were brought in through Zebra. We call this object the Zebra subscription object, and these objects work like any other custom object that you're used to. If I go and click into it, I can see the custom object. I can go in, I can edit all these different properties. I can even create custom properties if I want to, something that you can't do right now with a HubSpot subscription object. You can't create custom properties. But more importantly, on the subject of associations, on the right over here, you can see I have multiple contacts associated to this subscription. And that's because, again, we're using the custom object framework here, right? So it's a true custom object. You can associate as many contacts as you need to. You can create different association labels that tell you how that contact is associated to that subscription. And we can even associate multiple companies or deals or really any other object that you want to this subscription. On top of that, we have that Zebra transaction objects, which shows you all the different payments that have been made, whether they're failed or they're successful. You can see all the different transactions that have been associated to this specific subscription. And on those transaction records, those work identically to these. You can pop into these, you can add custom properties, you can add custom associations if you want to. You're not just limited by one. And you can do custom objects too as well. So this really opens up your ability to do a lot more with your data structure when it comes to how you're relating different objects to different subscriptions that you have inside of HubSpot. Hope that was helpful. If you guys have any other questions around how you're managing your subscriptions inside of HubSpot, feel free to drop a comment below and we'd be happy to answer it for you.
And you know it was built happily.